Hi guys, I'm super excited for this video because today we're going to be doing a look with the Aurora Lights palette from Simply Posh. I got this in the mail 2 days ago and this palette has already launched. I want to say it launched on the day that I got it, so I wasn't able to get a review or a video up with this on time. I'm sorry about that, but I figure better late than never because not everybody needs to buy the palette the day it launches, right? And I feel like Simply Posh is pretty decent at keeping stock, so hopefully there are still more palettes left when you're seeing this video if you are interested. But here is what the palette looks like. This is a beautiful palette. I actually think this is my favorite color story that Simply Posh has ever done. There's just something about these tones in here that make me super inspired and I can't wait to play with this. I had such good luck with the Cozy Cabin palette they came out with before. I feel like their shimmers have been a little bit like hit or miss lately. Whereas now I think that they have actually fixed a problem that they used to have with some of their previous palettes. So I can't imagine any of these hard panning. They all felt really, really nice. And you know, you can usually tell the first time you swatch a shadow if it is going to be prone to hard pan, and I don't feel like any of these are. So with that being said, I guess we're just gonna go ahead and jump in. Like I said, I'm so excited to play with this palette. I really wish I had time to do more looks with this, but I really just want to get a video up for you guys, and I need to start filming my sort of yearly videos as well. I think what I'm gonna do this year, because I don't think I'm gonna have time to do dedicated videos with all of my top 5 palettes, so I think I'm gonna do a ranking of my I guess it would be 15th until 4th spot. Maybe I'll even do a ranking of like my top 20 and then do dedicated videos with the top 3. I think that's what I'm gonna do, because 5, I just don't know if I'm gonna have time. So I think I'm gonna just keep it a little bit easier for me and do it that way. And I'm been kind of trying to look through just to see the palettes that have launched this year and which ones are gonna make it into the rankings. And there are so many good palettes that have released this year that I'm a little bit like, oh my god, this is gonna be so hard. But it has to be done because it's what I always do every year. And I really like this sort of roundup of the year, best palettes kind of series that a lot of people have been doing, so I definitely want to partake in it as well. So I'm gonna get those rankings together probably tomorrow is my plan. Let's see, what am I feeling today? I feel like I can go in so many different, I cannot speak today, so many different directions. And I think what I want to do is I want to pick the shimmers I want to use first and then build my look around that. So I really want to use this shade because it looks so pretty. I know it's like probably the most boring out of the shades and the most neutral of them, but I think this one paired with one of these other ones will look so good. And since this has sort of a like a pinky purpley shift to it, I really want to maybe play with this shade. Maybe I'll do like a purple and blue crease, and then the I'm getting ideas while I'm talking here. I think I want to do this purple with this in my crease, and then this one and this one on my lid. Not sure if that's a good idea, but I think we're gonna go with it. So I'm gonna start with this one. I don't want this look to be like all over the place when it comes to colors, so I'm gonna stick to like mattes that make sense together, and then we can play with some, wow, that's so pigmented. And we can play with some of the other like contrasting shimmers on the lid. I think that's what I wanna do. That is really, really pretty. I felt like all the mattes in this palette swatched so beautifully. When I swatched them, they all felt so nice and so pigmented. And I just think that this palette is probably going to end up quite high in the ranking, assuming it performs well, even if I've only used it once before that. Maybe I'll actually use this again tomorrow before I film my ranking. Am I gonna have time for that? I'm really not sure. There's just so many palettes, so little time. Story of my life. But we're just gonna enjoy this moment while it lasts and have fun with this palette because I'm really excited to play with this. So we'll leave it here for now and just kind of go one step at a time. I'm gonna deepen this up with the shade called Brilliant, which is this one. Also, I do have a code with the brand. It's just Annette and it will save you 10%. It is an affiliated code, just so you know. I know some of you have already picked up this palette because I know you used my code, so thank you for that. I really do appreciate anybody who uses my codes. Don't ever feel like you need to, but just know that us creators, it really does help us out when you do use our codes. It's not like we make a ton, but like, you know, all the small things add up, so it is nice to just get a little kickback on purchases that people would make anyway, and like it saves you money. So I feel like it's a win-win all around. This is a beautiful, I really like the way that these two play together. I think that looks really, really good. And this seems to be a really nice quality purple. It's almost like a warm tone purple together with that cool toned lilac shade. I think that looks really cool. Not sure exactly how I want to proceed with this look underneath my eyes. I think I'm going to do the shimmers first just to see how that looks. Maybe I'll be able to pull in like a different color under my eyes if it looks like it makes sense. I'm just going to take some of my NYX glitter primer on a flat brush here. And then, like I was saying, I think for the shimmers, I'm thinking what I can do is maybe if I use this green shimmer on the lid, I can pull in the green underneath my eye, and that would make sense. And that way we can use a couple more of these shades. So I think I'm gonna use this one. This was definitely one of the ones that I swatched and I was like, wow, like, wow, like that is so pretty. So I'm just gonna go ahead and basically put this like all over the middle of my lid and then a little bit on the outer portion as well. So just try to blend it into that purple shade. This does have a bit of a darker base to it, so I think it's gonna blend pretty nicely into this. And because of that as well, I don't want to take it too far in on the lid because it is more of a dark shade. And I just want to make sure that I'm able to blend it nicely into my crease here without it looking too crazy. But that is so pretty. Like Simply Posh's shimmers are honestly some of my favorites, and when they get it right, I should say, because some of them, like I have said, have been a little bit hit or miss in some of their latest palettes, but the last two, and I'm including this one in that, have been awesome. And I think it was the first palette that I tried from them as well, was really, really nice. It was like a couple of those in between that had a few shades that hard pan on me, which, I mean, the rest of the palettes are beautiful still, but it is a little bit annoying when that happens. So that looks beautiful. And now just to tie everything together, I always feel like there's something missing when I don't have like a shimmer on the inner corner. I'm gonna take this shade, which I just think is going to become one of my favorite shades ever because it looks so pretty, and it reminds me of one of the shades in one of the Blend Bunny palettes that I really, really, oh, that's so pretty, that I really like. Yeah, that is beautiful. I'm a little bit concerned that these are maybe not gonna blend. Maybe not. No, I think it's gonna be fine. I think it'll be fine. I'm just gonna take my time, try to get a good blend between these two shimmers and make sure that it's looking good with the crease as well. Yeah, I'm really liking this. I feel like lately, I just haven't been that like creative with my looks. I've done a lot of very simple looks and I haven't like filmed a ton, and so I feel like on the days where I'm not filming and maybe I don't have the most time to do my makeup, I don't really want to do something that I might mess up. So I've been doing very basic like creases and one shimmer on the lid usually, and I haven't been playing a ton with like different color combinations. So this is fun. I really like this. I think I'm gonna go all out and do I want to do green under my eye? Let's just kind of see. I'm a little torn, like I think it would work, but do I want to do it? It's the real question. Like I do have places to go and things to do today, so do I want to gamble? I think I do. Why not? Let's take the shade called Captivate, which is the green matte, and I'm gonna do that underneath my eye here, and I think it's gonna come together just because it makes sense with the green on my lid that this is gonna look good. This brush is way too big for what I'm trying to do. I need a smaller brush so that I can be nice and precise. I don't want this to be like super smoked out. And I think I'm gonna do another shimmer in the front portion of my lid as well, just to test out one more shade. I think this makes sense. Yeah, I think that looks fine. Don't really see any shimmers in here that would make sense to use under my eye, except for just the one that I have in the inner corner. So I'm just gonna take this same shade and I'm just gonna wrap that around on my lower lash line as well. And I'm also just going to finesse the outer corner of my eye a little bit here so that the upper and the lower kind of connects. And I think that's all I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna just finish off with a little small touches here, put on some lashes, and I'll come back and show you the final look. I just finished off by doing some green in my waterline. Let me show you what I used. I used this one from About Face. It's in the shade Line Artist because I just felt like it would make sense with the rest of the look. I put on some lashes. I'm wearing the baby lashes from Unicorn Cosmetics, and that's pretty much it. Also, I got a package from Colourpop yesterday. They sent me some of their like favorites, I guess, like best sellers, because it was like a Christmas present. I'm trying to like find what I'm looking for here, sorry. And in that package was the BFF lip liner from Colourpop, which I owned already, but they also sent me the lip oil in the shade Skinny Dip, which when I saw this, I was like, that's probably gonna be a little too milky for what I usually like, but it's not that pigmented. And honestly, these two together, could this be like my perfect nude lip? I don't know, it's pretty close. Like, I really love this. Like, these two together are awesome. So that was a really nice package from them. I actually also got, not that this is relevant at all to this video, but I thought I would show you. They sent me the Going Coconuts palette, which I'm sure you've already seen. I actually used this yesterday together with this Super Shock shadow from Colourpop as well, which is in the shade Ritz. I've heard so many people rave about this, and I've always kind of wanted it, but I never bought it because I was like, it's a very neutral shade, yada, yada, yada. But I was like, you know what? Let me try doing a neutral look with this together with this, and I actually really like both. So if you're interested, I would recommend. So that was a really nice package from Colourpop. Anyway, off topic, let's talk about this palette because I really like this. I love this look. Like, this look is perfect. Like, it's everything I wanted it to be, and it came together just the way that I envisioned it, which doesn't always happen, but I feel like these colors just look so nice together. Yeah, I really, really love this. And so far, nothing bad to say about the quality. I love this palette so far. I think it's amazing. I think if you like this, the look of this palette, I think you're gonna like this. Obviously, I haven't tried every shade in this palette, but I'm very familiar with Simply Posh's matte formula, and I really like it. I think it's very solid. It's pigmented without being too pigmented. It builds well, it blends well, and it does everything that I wanted to do. And the shimmers in here are stunning. Like, so pretty. I'm excited to play more with this whenever that ends up being. Can't promise that it's going to be like tomorrow, but I really, really want to dip into this again. I might even do a look with this tomorrow before I film my ranking video. So yeah, I don't know what else to tell you. I think it's a great palette. I think if you're interested, I think you're going to like it. So that's going to basically be my thoughts. Let me know if you ended up picking this up. Let me know what you have from Simply Posh, because I feel like they have color stories that really cater to everybody depending on what you're into. And I think, you know, this isn't for everybody, but I think if you like these colors, you're gonna love it. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. If you wanna see some more Simply Posh content, I do have a playlist. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.